All right, there's being pregnant and there's being pregnant in the concrete jungle. The subways, crowded streets, the Big Apple poses so many obstacles when you've got a little bun in the oven. And here now, I don't have a bun in the oven, but I'm just telling you, I've been there. To help us navigate New York City while pregnant is women's health and expert and certified nurse midwife, Elizabeth Stein. Welcome. So nice to have you here. You know, you delivered so many babies in your 25 years as a midwife, and you say women in New York, really, they often feel unprepared when they're traveling in the city, pregnant. Why do you say that?
It's difficult.
Yeah.
It's very fast moving. There's a lot of people pushing and shoving around inadvertently. There's a lot of stairs on the subway, the buses.
It's just tougher.
It's really hard.
So you got some tips. So let's start off with our first tip. You say it's always important to carry food and water. Women know to do this, but sometimes we just don't.
Well, you need to when you're pregnant.
Yeah.
You need to eat approximately every 3 hours.
Wow.
Within 30 minutes of getting up in the morning and all day long. So you're basically grazing, not eating 3 big meals a day.
Okay,
you
that's
need to
good.
drink lots and lots of water, about 2 liters a day.
Also, when you feel nauseous, especially your first trimester, you don't feel like eating, but you're like, you have to. You have to.
Even if you throw it up, you have to stop and then start over
That
again.
is the worst, right? You hear what she said? Even if you throw it up, you have to do it because it's just part of the course. All right. Next, you say, take extra caution on public transportation. Why do you say that?
Because as you get bigger and bulkier, your center of balance and gravity changes. You know, you're gaining 25, 35 pounds,
Right.
and basically a hormone called relaxin kicks in towards the end of pregnancy when you're big and bulky, and so that you start to wobble. It softens your pubic bone.
And you can't see your feet, and that's the worst part.
That's exactly right. You start to wobble, and you go to look down to regain your center of where you are, and you can see past your belly, and you fall. So you need to hold on. You need to wear stable shoes. You really walk slowly. Be at the end of the line.
The best is when you're trying to look cute and you're pregnant and you got high heels on. At some point, I tell myself I can't do this anymore. I just got to go with sensible shoes. Just do it in sensible shoes. All right, this is something that, especially in your early trimester, people don't know you're pregnant, but you're saying don't be afraid to ask, especially when you get on public transportation, to ask for a seat.
Yeah, that doesn't always work, but it's okay to try, especially if you're feeling nauseous. You start throwing up, everybody moves anyway. So
I love that. Excuse me, I'm pregnant. You really need to get up or else I'm going to throw up on you. But, sometimes it's hard. How can you ask politely? Some people are like, well,
it's really hard. Like I said, it doesn't always work, but you can try. I don't feel well. I'm pregnant. Do you mind if I sit down? I just need to sit for a few minutes. Sometimes it works. When you're visibly pregnant, people are a little bit more receptive. I notice more men than women, more older women.
Some women are just brutal. They do not care.
Yeah, but some of the older women who are mothers and grandmothers, I notice they're getting up really quickly for pregnant women. In the winter, you're wearing a heavy winter coat. Nobody knows you're pregnant.
No one knows if you got a bun in the oven.
Oh, look at all the pregnant women, because it's more visible.
Okay. Next, you say you got to know where your restrooms are.
You definitely do.
When you got to go, you got to go.
And that's very frequent, like every 30 minutes when you're pregnant. The baby just sits on your bladder.
Okay. Important numbers. Keep them on your hand.
Very important. You never know when you're going to go into labor. The water breaks. All of a sudden, the doctor or midwife says, okay, you go to the hospital. You need to call everybody, especially the babysitter, your husband,
all of it,
the dog walker, all of it. Really important.
Yeah, and of course, keep your insurance on hand. Elizabeth, thank you so much for coming in. For more information on navigating NYC while pregnant, log on our website, WPIX.com or PIX11.com. We'll be right back.